Hello and welcome to the Graphic Online News in Brief. We start from the education sector, where the 2024 Basic Education Certificate Examination, that is the BECE, has been scheduled to commence on Monday, July 8 and end on Monday, July 15 at all centers across the country. But there is an uncertainty hanging over the exams as the examining body, that is the West African Examination Council, is waiting to recoup almost 98% of 95.83 million Ghana cedis it needs to organize the examination.
WAEC has received just about 2.3 million out of the 95.83 million required to successfully facilitate the exam. But the council is insisting that it will require not less than 50% of the total amount to enable it to conduct the examination and a further release of more funds to enable it to process and release the results. The head of the public relations of WAEC, John Kapi, in an interview with Graphic Online Siverius Kalideri, said even though some 6 million had been processed through the Government Integrated Financial Management System, that is the gift mix, it was yet to be translated into real cash. This means with the indebtedness still hanging, the examination may not be conducted as scheduled if the funds were not made available in time. A number of suppliers out of goodwill have supplied materials such as bond paper for printing of codes, consumables for printing machines, answer booklets, pencils, and other examination stationery on credit, Mr. Kapi told Graphic Online. He said as a result of the indebtedness, the suppliers were unwilling to supply any further materials for the next examination, which is the West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates in 2024.
In court today, Richard Jakpa's 68 WhatsApp messages with 2 responses from Attorney General Godfred Yaw Afful was admitted into evidence. Jakpa is a businessman who was standing trial together with Dr. Kaisel Atofolson on a charge of causing financial loss to the state.
It was the prosecution who tendered Jakpa's 68 messages with 2 responses from the Attorney General, and the court admitted them into evidence. The WhatsApp chat is between the Attorney General Godfred Yaw Afful and the businessman Richard Jakpa. Cross-examining the accused on the WhatsApp chat, the Director of Public Prosecutions, Yvonne Atakra Obobisa, suggested to the accused that he did not tender all the messages to the court earlier because he knew that if he had tendered all the messages, it would show to the court that he harassed the AG with countless messages to which Godfred Dame barely responded. Jakpa, however, disagreed with the suggestion, adding that if she decides to include deleted text messages and voice calls and deleted text messages, and if you add all of them, they are still not up to the 68 he is claiming, and text messages are different from voice calls.
At a press briefing on Wednesday, the government reported a significant backlog of printed Ghanaian passports which have not been collected and were still in custody of the passport office. The senior government advisor on public sector reforms, Yaw Afful, disclosed that over 86,000 passports remain uncollected.
Mr. Yaw Afful indicated that some applicants resorted to middlemen to complete the forms, and as a result, the passport office sometimes had a challenge reaching out to them. He added that because there were no accurate and reliable data of applicants, it was difficult to use courier services to distribute their passports to them.
We did a quick count this morning and found out that we have a total of about 86,000 passports uncollected or made. So what do we do? There must be some research. And I think one of our investors should find out why are people so anxious to access passports, but when completed, they don't come to collect. What must have been the reason?
Members of Parliament must not be appointed ministers of state, Mr. Samuel Kujeto, a member of Council of State, has said.
During a recent stakeholders consultation meeting on the possible review of the 1992 Constitution in Accra, the statesman described being a lawmaker as a serious full-time job and argued that separating the two arms would enhance governance and accountability. He said constitutional principle requires checks and balances in the governance structure, for which reason no minister should belong to both the executive and the legislature simultaneously.
Away from Ghana, Russian President Vladimir Putin and the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un found themselves in a jovial mix-up over who should sit in a car first during a recent meeting.
In a video circulating online, There was a clear sense of camaraderie and good humor between the two leaders, a sign of growing friendship between the two countries. As they approached the car, both Putin and Kim Jong-un appeared momentarily confused, with each insisting the other should enter first. Eventually, Putin took the initiative and got into the car first, followed by Kim Jong-un. The Russian leader's controversial visit to the Asian country was to discuss bilateral relations and defense cooperation.
And before we go, Ghana's national football team, the Black Star, have enjoyed a jump in the latest FIFA ranking, climbing from 4 places to 64th. This is positive movement following their impressive victories over Mali and Central African Republic in recent World Cup qualifiers.
Otto Addo's men displayed resilience, coming from behind to defeat Mali 2-1 before securing a convincing 4-3 home win against Central African Republic. These results have not only boosted Ghana's World Cup qualification prospects, but also propelled them up in the FIFA rankings, both globally and within Africa. The Black Stars have moved 2 places higher on the continental scale, transitioning from 14th to 12th in Africa. On the global stage, Argentina retained their top position, reflecting their continued strong performance. France hold firm in 2nd place, while Belgium climbed a spot to 3rd. England, however, slipped down to 4th after previously occupying 3rd.
Thank you for watching. For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh and follow us on social media at Graphic Online Ghana on TikTok, Daily Graphic Ghana on Facebook and Instagram, and Graphic GH on YouTube and X. I am Mirabna Koba.